What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're going to be looking at a hand history from Nick. Nick played on the side of the devil, and he changed his money for a few $1,000s. Let's see how he did it.
I like registered level 8, so it's already like fairly deep.
33, right?
Yep, 33, 30K.
2 hours in out of 6 hour late reg.
Might as well skip the line, some people would say. Okay. 2, 4. All in. Bunch of 10. We'll take that. Call. Right? Check. Bet. Fold.
You can probably call this. It's close.
Yeah, I got shot, right? Do you call a gut shot here? But the
Definitely
history is
call.
low, right? Sure.
Definitely
I think
call like 10 queen.
I think it's probably a call and a solver, but it's like marginal.
Yeah. Okay. You got a call.
If it was
Three.
a rainbow board, I definitely call.
Oh, check. No spade, no bet. How about that? Now
sandwiches.
we're just marginally main. We don't start to bet here. Now we can call or fold. Think both are fine. Think I prefer to fold. What do you guys say? This guy would bet his aces on the flop. This guy would check his aces and he would do that with his aces.
Is it a bounty tournament? I'm sorry, I missed
30
that.
33 on not a PKO.
Not PKO fold, PKO call.
Okay. Check, check.
Yeah, and it's just a transparent ace.
Yeah,
Looking to protect that range by checking back an ace on the flop.
I think this is terrible.
I thought I had pocket sixes.
Huh?
Nice misclick.
He actually gave a disclaimer about that hand like days ago.
There's a few of these.
Push.
Yeah, it's a good jam.
Win the flip.
Push.
I like a jam.
Yeah, jamming's good.
Call. Miss. Miss again. Miss. It rates. Win. Oh,
I like winning.
check, check. Oh, a deuce. Check, check and a deuce. Is that enough?
I think you can go really, really polar here.
I think we can do anything. I think we can check, bet small, or go super polar.
It is enough.
Yeah,
We say
I
it's
think
enough. Oh, this guy says, wait. I checked, but I got like a pocket six here or ace eight.
yeah, so when he checks back, like what kind of hands is he checking back in that range?
Pretty bad river, right?
Um,
Don't dunk many ace six hands on the turn.
yeah, honestly, you're kind of smoked when the ace hits. He's gonna have like ace seven, he's gonna have ace eight, he's gonna have ace king.
Oh,
Yeah,
goodness, what is going on, Nikolai?
I don't think I'm a fan of this. You're gonna get smoked by whatever. I mean, okay, like you're gonna get 9x here sometimes.
King
Is he
nine.
not checking? Like in my mind, he's checking all the aces here. No?
He should have some ace X in this range.
He has to fold unless they have additional equity. He has to fold them to this bet on the turn. So I don't have a heart here, and I mean I probably want to pull from like 9-3 suited before this hand and stuff because I don't really want a jack or a queen either.
Yeah, you're
but I think it's
blocking.
close.
You're blocking folds with jacks and queens. That's why I don't like it.
Yeah, if I had a heart, I'd
prefer-
never do this, but I thought without a heart I could do it.
Oh, so I thought the other way around with the heart. You can.
No, you don't want a heart.
Want him
I
to
think
have hearts.
because you want him to have called the turn with the,
You think he's calling 4 into 6 with the backdoor?
No,
The front
Uh,
hearts
front
is the
door.
front door.
yeah, he's got heart on the flop sometimes that he's gonna check back.
Yeah, he's got hearts and nines a lot here, so
Yeah, you can see on the turn you can bet any sizing. Check's fine, small is fine, large is fine.
Okay,
And on
river, it looks like you're jamming some frequency.
yeah, I thought it was close. Like 9-4 of spades here. I'm always jamming. Like, yeah, so these 2 to 9s, you can see you want to jam them first, but
Look at that, you want a heart.
As I thought, you want to have a heart.
you want
No,
the
that's
queen of
fine.
hearts and not the jack of hearts.
Because it's the principle, you get equity on the flop, that allows you to bet the turn probably more often, and then you just, you miss your draw. So when you miss a draw like that, you just bluff it.
Okay, walk me through why, you think having the heart's better, cuz intuitively,
Well,
um,
it's the general motion, okay? Normally you get a flop, you see bet with some form of equity. On the turn, you improve it. And then on the river, if that equity that improved on the turn breaks, it's usually these combos is gonna wanna bet.
you're talking from,
Yeah, a general perspective, but that's how I figure out hearts want to bet her.
no, I said, are you talking from the buttons perspective or the big blind's perspective?
Whoever bets the turn. It's like when I say that, it's for in position, right? It's the
Okay,
general idea, but it's a roughly the same idea here, no? When
Right.
we pick up the lead on the turn, we become the aggressor.
So looking at this, you never bluff with a jack of hearts, and you sometimes bluff with a queen of hearts.
yeah.
I think it's because he's always going to be betting the jack of hearts on the flop, but if he has like queen, king of hearts, he'll check back the flop high frequency. But
It's it got something to do with like you're blocking some of his value that might contain an ace or something?
Okay,
Like
let's investigate this calling range. Maybe he's just losing all of his aces on the turn.
he's
well,
losing a lot of them.
maybe that's it. Maybe he's losing a lot of his ace X because you need, this queen of hearts interacts with it somehow.
You get all the aces to fold with your big bad turn bet. Uh-huh, so that's the trick. So he's just keeping heart. And he's folding every queen of hearts, right? Am I wrong? He's calling the queen of hearts.
I mean, he
So
can't
when
fold
you,
so strong.
when you jam the river, Louis, when you jam the river, what's calling? Like how many queen of hearts combo, how relevant is the queen of hearts to the calling range, I guess is what I'm looking for.
I don't think it is.
Well, so ace queen suited, it's obviously gonna be in there. What about queen eight suited? That can't be hearts. What about queen ten off? All combos, so there's no really distinction there. All combos,
Queen eight off.
queen, I guess queen eight off could have some, so let's look at queen eight off real quick. So hearts is somewhat relevant here. It seems like it actually prefers not having a heart here, somewhat.
Yeah, so
When it comes to
Hearts is-
calling, for sure, you don't wanna have the heart. Think about it. You don't wanna block the bluffs when you call on the river. So having a,
Why,
we're not
I,
gonna bluff the heart from the big blind.
King seven suited looks like it's mixing folds too.
Right, in my mind, when you bet the turn, you're overly betting hearts. Right?
yeah, I understand what you're saying, like, you're trying to generalize some basic heuristics. they're just patterns, though. The problem is, it's like, it's not grounded to like any kind of, theoretical logic, I guess is what I'm saying.
Well,
Like you're,
my logic here, like, look at the turn. You're betting if you have a heart.
right. Yeah, I would imagine like his calling range is gonna be hard condensed also, though. No? Maybe not. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Like, it's not worth spending too much more time on, really. I was just trying to mentally work through it.
I really like I think the best point here is we get ace high to fold here, so when the ace comes. We can take advantage of the fact that we bet pretty big and they folded.
Yeah. We lose to ace. We lose, of course, to the ace nine
Oh,
that
yeah.
calls us. But
I
we
thought it was a bit punty,
get
but
king nine to fold.
oh, it's well played.
Maybe he folds pocket sixes there.
Okay, three bet. Okay, so you three bet, there's a small shove. Call. Checks. Now you're still playing this hand with this guy, right?
Yeah.
I like a check here without a club. But betting small is probably fine. Yeah. Like the three bet, four bet, oh my mama. You gonna what? Are you gonna much?
No, never. Way too high in range.
Uh-huh.
Ace queen off.
Oh, still calling.
Okay.
This is
Wow.
why he's jamming worse. It's like,
Yeah.
Pretty punty. Okay. Okay.
No three
Very,
bet.
I like that. I think you should fold here. I think you should always call if you have the 10 of diamonds. Cause then you can backdoor the diamonds and that gives you just enough equity to get your 10 without the.
it just. So if we were shallower, I like a fold, but I'm so deep with this guy that if he has like ace king and I drill a 10, I just win a giant pot.
Yeah, I know, but what allows you to continue for your 10 would be a diamond.
I don't think it really matters.
It does.
I'm afraid of these guys behind him doing stuff
Is it-
like that.
If we hit a 10, we have a full house either way.
Yeah, yes, but it gives you extra equity. I guarantee you here a 10 of diamond is most likely continuing. Whereas this one. I don't know.
And that's why I thought it was a fold, was the two players behind.
Check, bet small. Check raise. Yeah. I like either folding here or calling, but I don't think calling is great. Think it's like,
All the bluffs got there on the turn, right? The straight.
Yeah,
queens,
everything
flush
got there on the
draws,
turn.
so easy decision.
This was I missed the C bet on the flop. This is just a range bet small.
I agree. And then you double barrel. Especially with the heart in your hand. Push.
Yep.
Wow. He did that.
This is close. It's very close.
Don't think so. Make it ace 10, you still call?
No, I'm folding ace 10.
Think ace 10 is still a call?
Can you put it in the machine? Like, I'm not even sure this is a call. I think it is, but I think it's close.
Think ace 9 would be closer. Ace 9 is probably a fold.
That's too many chips. Yeah, just a fold.
You are scamming the hell out of pocket queens today.
Well, wait. It's not a fold for sure, cuz it thinks it's 40 big blind effective here. It gives me 40 big blinds. It's 12.
No. I see.
So
Change it. Yeah, change it to 12. Which won't be completely accurate, but
what is this?
Still 40.
you're still at 40 bigs.
Uh, so 14, this is like button cutoff, a jack, low jack. So low jack.
That's low jack -1, I think.
Ace 10. And then, yeah, ace 9. And then 17. 17 would be a jack. 14, ace 10. I think this is,
What if you go to ICM like 50% of the field?
And Louis, it's not, he wasn't in the low jack. He was in he was on UTG1. Bad guy.
yeah, oh, it doesn't matter. We say what?
Like
50%?
50.
And then maybe this one.
UTG1 with 14, like four up. One more up. Yeah, that one.
We're not very deep though. We're not very deep. In your example, you cover 2x, right? More than 2x.
Yeah.
You don't 2x it. And then this guy,
But if it's a call here, yeah.
it's a call.
But we're in the
Bottom
cut on the button. We're in the cutoff.
Don't think it matters. It does.
Matters.
So yeah, I
There's
think it's a
no
call,
river.
but I think it's the bottom of the range.
Yeah.
Like if we're deeper, it's gonna I think push us to more of a call, but
Yeah, we only have 17 here. Okay.
you can sort by stack depth if you just hit like click the under the gun one at the top.
Let's see this one and the cutoff. Okay, 17 is too much. You say what? By the,
Sort by
If you
cutoff.
sort under the gun
Under the gun one.
one, you have to sort by the shover and then just see if there's anything short stack that matches. One up. Yeah, that was good. 13 and then 45 in the cutoff.
Yeah.
easy call.
But yeah, bottom of the range.
There you go.
So maybe I'm making a mistake here with my ace 10 a little bit. But no, I played too many PK.
Yeah, we lost to queens. We didn't scam queens.
Oh, you're right.
Two.
I just saw the ace on the river, not the queen.
I think it would be. Is it good multi-way?
No, it's a great squeeze.
It's great. It's not even good. You say great.
Yeah, man. What are you supposed to be squeezing there? Your suited broadways.
The jacks, not the tens.
Jacks is I mean, no, the tens are good. The tens are definitely good. It's the queen that I would be a little cautious about. King 10 might be better than queen 10. But this is not a mistake.
Okay. See, it was like more like all three here. Not so much of these, but
I was wrong about the queen. It's actually the king that you want to be unblocking.
limp jam, that one.
Yeah, I limped because this guy had a really high steal percentage. I normally raise it.
Ah. I fold here.
Yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, I definitely am folding here.
You open from bottom of range, easy fold.
I agree with P.
But his 3-bet was so small and and we're in position.
Either way, you can jam, you can call here, right?
Yeah. Those are the two options I was thinking about, jam or call.
Bet one.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Oh,
Fish on the line. Double fish on the line.
This is how you do good in tournaments.
Vamos, vamos.
Alright,
Exactly, vamos.
nice little smooth call here. Very well made.
and Lucky River jammed with.
Man and an orange.
I think I would just call.
Yeah, too
Let's
shallow
go
to
after
check
small.
raise.
No bueno.
I mean, if you put it in, you're just in against better all the time, right? What is he calling with that's worse?
I'm trying to get him to fold his ace highs and king highs and queen highs. Like, I don't
Yeah.
care.
And you've got plenty of equity against them.
Negative Ghost Rider. You just call.
Yeah.
Yeah, EVs are close.
Still 2 point. It's still positive EV to do it.
If he's over c-betting, then it becomes good.
Maybe a call.
Yeah, for sure, call. Good fold, I think.
Hmm. I don't think we raise very much here without a top pair. Or a pair.
Where do we bluff from?
Don't think we bluff much from this FPR.
I mean, we're gonna check raise our queen highs, right? So we have to have bluffs. I don't know if this fits into it.
What would be a
Well,
good?
I mean, a gut shot and an over. Like, this is two checks on the list if we're gonna find a bluff.
Think ace five gets a better ace to fold? With a backdoor flush and a backdoor straight?
There's
Yeah,
This is
I
surely
guess-
too good to raise.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Danny here. Like he's so shallow. Like if you check raise and he jams, what are you doing then? It's just
folding.
yeah, see, I feel like it's closer than that. I feel like you're kind of putting yourself in a really difficult spot there, or you're just like torching more equity than you want. Maybe like if you wanted a bluff, I think I would choose more like 5-4s of hearts and things like that. Maybe. Or like 10
8-9.
king 5 of hearts and
It's
stuff that's
8-9
not gonna.
and 10-8 and 10 and 8-9, I think.
Yeah, those are good too, I think. Maybe something that's not gonna hurt as much to fold
Oh,
when
I'm
he
wrong.
just piles. Yeah, king 3 turning king 4. Those seem good.
Overcard, blah, 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 blah.
King
flush.
3.
King 3 turning bottom pair into a bluff, I guess.
Two, stays three, the wheels, you know? I
The
don't know.
wheels make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like
King deuce.
top pairs.
And I think the tens are kind of difficult. So like if you play check raise, let's play check raise. What is his continuing range? I think well, I guess you'd be blocking the continues, which isn't a bad thing. It's got to be containing, it's got to contain some 10x, right? Not really a bunch of it.
You're getting tens to fold. That's why you pick some tens.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Okay.
You get better tens to fold. You get pocket tens and ace ten.
So you're blocking some of the folds when you check raise. So like you're blocking ace 10, which you want him to fold. You're blocking pocket tens, 10-8. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you're also blocking his worst ace highs. Like the ace is a bad blocker here.
Yeah. I think you should be trying to target ace.
There's slivers, whatever. Better call though, you're right.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm just yeah, I'm not really being overly critical. I'm just kind of trying to think through it myself more so than anything.
I don't raise enough trees here though.
Yeah, I do like the suited aces better, the wheels.
Yeah. Now what? He has a bunch of queens after he calls a check raise, so you.
Yeah, he does.
Ah. Okay.
I thought about jamming river, but I thought ace king is the only hand I get to fold that I am beating, and
Feels
everything
like-
else calls.
Yeah. He always has either a queen or a trap here. Surprised to see a hand like that. Oh,
That's how you win a tournament.
well made, well made.
Unlucky and then lucky at the same time.
You're running
All
hot.
skill, all skill.
Pretty
Take notes,
easy.
boys.
I think it's pretty easy call.
I like the three bet.
Pretty good three bets.
I'm limp.
I like this. I like this.
What?
Yeah, this should be in there, right? A
Is
little
it?
bit.
Is it?
Is
The
it?
worst
Wait,
gappy, the
do I
worst
have it
gappy ones
backwards?
start raising.
I don't know, man. Suited stuff. This is the deep part.
It might be too bad. Maybe 10-3 is in there.
Have a quick.
Well, look at it. Yeah, the worst gappy ones do some raising. I know, like a lot of the more connected and higher they get, the more that they just become a call.
Yeah, it's just a little.
Gotta be in the boomerang. A little bit low.
Is 10-3 in there? Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like it's good. Like you're pulling from the right region. I mean,
We get this, we get an 8. We bet one or we check.
I'm checking.
um,
Well, we have ace high board, so maybe we can range bet small.
Good
yeah,
suit.
that's what I was thinking, Nick. I'm thinking like your raise range, your blocking is continues, which isn't bad. You have a lot of
But
backdoor equity. It's ace high. I would just bet here. I
I
think.
think this is one of our absolute best checks, though. So I like checking it. I think we have a second pair with a shitty kicker with a backdoor flush draw, or a third pair.
I think you're C betting often.
I could see why you would check though. I don't think checking's bad. And it's like it looks like it's mixing in there a bit. It's a quite polar strategy, so there's quite a bit of checking here. Like you got a lot of pot.
9, 10, 3 maybe is similar.
I mean, 8-4.
8-4 is the closest. Because the 10 has a backdoor that the,
8-4
do
clubs,
anything
mostly
here.
checks, but you could definitely do anything.
Call again
Double dribble.
and lose.
Surprised you check back the river. Top pair, blind versus blind.
I like all in. That's a little bit loosey goosey eating a sandwich here. Were you eating a sandwich?
No, I play aggressive, loose. No, I'll be a little bit wide in some of these spots. We're near the money bubble too, so I'm gonna apply aggression. Except against a big stack.
You like lasagna?
It's true.
Okay, so check, check. Turn 9. And then you pick it up. I'm not sure about this one because
I like this. I think this is probably well, okay, so
Wanna
it went
space, do
check.
that.
So
No,
this is kind of an exploit. I think people bet their flush draws too often.
Okay.
So I think his range isn't gonna have enough flushes, and he's gonna have just difficulties defending against a larger sizing.
I'd be really happy with this with one spade in your hand.
I think it's good, Nick, as long as you have like a mental justification like you have, which I think it's reasonable, you know.
So
Yeah, I
you
think
Taylor-
say
in a
people
solver,
play too much the turn here. With when
I
people
think he's
hit the
betting.
flush and hit the turn. Go ahead, Nick.
I just think population is gonna over bet, not defend their range, their check range enough on the flop. So I think he gets here with a lot of stuff that's going to struggle.
Yeah, I get any of his single spades to fold. Good. Hope it works.
Why do you follow up on the river? Same, you're bluffing the flush.
To get his single spades to fold that called on the turn.
Yeah, he's gonna have some queen X that's gonna have a very bad time here.
You
Feel
can
it
get
does
him.
feel a bit dicey though.
Okay. I don't like it. See if it works. It does.
All his single spades beat you.
Yeah.
That he calls with. So that makes it good. He's gonna fold. He may fold a 9 here. It's not hard to fold a 9. And every so often, he folds a king.
Yeah, maybe, right?
And that 10 comes every so often.
A big maybe.
Yeah, big mail. I wasn't depending on it, but sometimes it happens. And it never happens if you check.
Meeting is being recorded.
Thank you. Thank you.
6.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ooh, ooh.
Is there a reason here to play?
This is the misclick.
This is a misclick, huh?
So I had a table covering this guy on the top right corner, so I thought it was blind versus blind, so I went to click limp.
I love it when that happens.
Oof. Oof. Oof.
All right, switch to we're like final 100 now, so switch it off of VPIP.
So on that ace 10 of
You just
diamonds,
passed it. I saw king 6 of hearts. There it is.
so on that ace 10 of diamonds, how bad would it have been to just fold there?
I didn't see it. I got disconnected from the meeting.
Okay, it was an open and then a jam and then a small stack jam that you covered 10 big blinds, and then you jammed over that to get the initial raiser to fold.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Scotty. I'm like out.
I would need to see it. Like positions matter.
It's vanilla.
Yeah, vanillas.
It's back. It's back only a few hands, but we can go forward.
Hmm.
As long as somebody there looked at that and went, well, that's quite aggressive. Rather than
Yeah,
that's
you're not the outlier there, Scotty. I don't
all
think.
right, that's fine. All right. Let's move on then. I don't need to hear Nick justify his move. I get enough of that. Yeah.
Is this a good call?
Yeah,
Oh,
what
Yeah.
else
it's
can we do?
absolutely, dude. It's
Yeah.
absolutely a good call.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about like, does it make a good raise ever?
If we're deeper, maybe. I think we're too shallow though. We kind of
Yeah.
want to realize our equity with this hand.
Probably right.
Honestly, don't know what's going on here. Let's try again. The turn you bet. Why bet turn? You want to realize your equity here?
No, my equity sucks now. I'm just drawing to a 10, and most of my 10s are dirty, so I don't care if I have to fold this hand.
It's just 130-10?
No, because he may be beat already.
Or like if the 10 of hearts comes, my hand's like
Fair.
downgraded. So
Ooh.
And you leave him with 2 big blinds, 3 big blinds.
I would call here. Think that's a mistake.
How big
Is that 4 or what's the initial jam?
10.4? I could fold this.
It's close. I mean, final 100, I see I'm starting to be relevant. I don't need to take all these marginal spots.
I wouldn't berate somebody for folding or calling here, to be honest. It's one of those spots we talk about that you don't need to do. You don't need to do that. So that's kind of where I'm at with this.
Plus,
I
there's
agree.
likely 19 behind that's just.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a risk, right? So if you
Yeah, that's a
call
risk.
and then 19 goes in, what do you do then?
You have to call, and it's and you're beat.
I don't think you're that beat.
You are 19 jams.
Okay.
Bro, if someone commits their chips after 1, 2, 3, people put their chips in and you have ace 8, you don't think you're that beat?
You're very beat, Louis. You're hoping for 25% equity.
In my mind, we have one part of the pot against them and another against him.
I mean, the problem is we can't like call fold. It's like you're getting
Yeah.
too good of odds at that point.
Yeah. And
It's kind of highlights are like we were just crushed.
Yeah, you don't want to be anywhere near that.
Somebody's wrong here. Is it me?
Yeah.
In chip PV, I'm calling. We're ICM is too relevant now. We're final 100 of a 1100 person tournament. It's like.
Well, you're also gonna have a hard time finding it here.
Galen
because-
said it well. Like yeah, go ahead.
Final 10%, you say?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
Say it.
10%.
Yeah, let me praise you. No, I just agree with everything you said. I don't think call is wrong, but I don't think you need to or necessarily should be doing it, especially if the players are a little bit tighter than they ought to be.
Sort by the cutoff, so you can
Mhm.
find a 10 big blind jam.
I think this one is the closer.
You're gonna have a very hard time finding somebody with 3 big blinds here.
Yeah.
Like, if you really wanted to look at this, you'd probably have to HRC it.
You could ignore the 3 big blind guy, cuz
You could, and it still would be relevant, to be honest. So you could make it 10 jam and you have a huge stack, and then like 20 in the big blind would be the criteria.
yeah, I would just look at that and it'll be pretty close still.
So there's a 20 in the big blind. You need a little guy. A little guy on the button. So that's kind of interesting, but that's a little bit different because you're putting yourself at risk.
You're more at risk, yeah.
Let's look at the cutoff ones. Is there a good cutoff one?
How about this one? Hijack 9?
Yeah, actually, this is, well, the big blind's got 34, so you're
Can
at
you
risk.
sort by cutoff, Louis?
Yeah, you could try that. You could try to sort by cutoff. Maybe you'll find the one.
And then
So if we look at cutoff,
the
they're gonna look.
fourth one down isn't terrible, right? He's a little too deep, 13, but
Oh no, I think that's good. This is good.
and you can
But
look at
it's gotta-
button there as well.
You would have to look at hijack jam 7.
I mean, just
Small
look at the
blind.
cutoff.
We'll
I was
find
gonna
a good
look at the
cutoff.
cutoff jam and just see what we do.
Yeah, but 13 is not 10, right?
Right, but you can look at button jam as well. In that same scenario, off 11.
Yeah, it really just needs
Compare
to
it.
be a steel jam. Like a steel jam is a cutoff jam and a button jam are not that
You
different.
need a fat stack too. Alright, so
I don't think you're gonna find this exact example. It's too out of the ordinary.
HRC?
this one, the button is a little.
Louis being obstinate. Why won't he look at the one we want?
Which one you want?
We've only told you 4 times. The one you were hovering for 10 minutes. With the button 11, cutoff 13,
Hey,
we have
whoa,
like
whoa,
20,
whoa,
30
whoa,
in the
whoa.
small blind and the big blind. It's all good.
Yeah, it's not as simple as you think to, okay? So give me a chance here, alright? Which one do you want?
Sort
by
by
cutoff?
cutoff. It's a fourth one down.
Scotty, if I didn't have a game open right now, I promise I would pop the client open.
Scroll to the top. And it's the fourth one down.
Yeah, this one's not horrible.
Okay,
But
so
this,
the
you
big
would have to
blind
look,
has 14 big blinds here,
right, so you would look at the hijack jam, 7,
okay? And then what?
look at your
No,
call range, and
well,
then give the big blind a jammer range. I mean, it's not gonna be great, to be honest. You're probably still calling.
And then
you're,
we look for what position?
I don't know what's happening anymore.
You
In
guys
just
do it.
gonna
the
mute.
small blind?
I was
Okay.
gonna say just look at the cutoff jam range, like have hijack fold and cutoff, because it'll be
Yeah.
similar.
And then we'll just ignore the button.
Ignore the hijack fold.
Yeah. Just have the cutoff jam first in and look at our range in the small blind.
Yes.
Small blind has 14 big blind in your example.
No, we are the small blind. Hero is the small blind.
Okay, but the example you made me choose.
We have
Small blind is
30.
30.
We said the fourth, right? So. So yeah,
Tilting you, Louis.
It's still there a little bit.
that one, right?
Alright, ace 8 suited. Alright, so it's here
Mm-hmm,
versus a 13 big blind jammer.
mm-hmm. That's probably a good call.
So it's probably a good call.
Alright,
That's what I said at the beginning.
The guy has 11. The shorty coming in will make you a little bit tighter, I think, cause you have to win
I don't think
against 2
so.
players for the main pot now.
I think he's adding fuel in the fire. Your odds are better. You can't call it a little wider.
Your odds of
Oh.
winning the main pot decrease.
You're playing against a PLO hand instead of a hold'em hand.
So I would play here. That's what I'm trying to say.
This guy's from Ireland, man.
This is a close spot. I think like king 9 I jam and this I call.
I think calling's good.
Think he could fold here as well, no?
Yeah, it feels a little nitty. Maybe he's min raising off 14. Like if the guy has any, if he's min raising appropriately, I don't think you can fold. But if he's not, then yeah. Some people just only min raise like the nuts, right? This stage.
So we called the flop with the 8 and then we just folded the turn saying enough of this nonsense. There's an ace out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel stupid doing that.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not even RFIing if it folded to me.
Ooh,
Four liner, 3, 4, 5, 6 against a big blind.
Yeah.
Is we're getting probably fine fold. Call,
all the worst aces beat you now.
jamming's probably good.
Did we miss the queen 5 hand? Huh.
No,
That was an open, the 9-10. Yeah.
And
the 8-10?
No, the one hand back.
this one right here, 9-10 in the cutoff.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
9-10 off.
In the cutoff.
It's kinda out of line now.
Ooh,
Probably okay. It's probably
Offsuit nines from the cutoff.
9-10 though?
Yeah.
Alright. In ICM though? Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not ICM. I mean, it's close.
I'm still opening my connectors from steel positions. I start folding the gappers.
So why you jam here?
Alright.
Just aggressive player. I mean, I think this is completely reasonable. I don't think we want to call. So I'd probably call the suited branch and jam this.
So the way those spots right there were explained to me, I
It's
was beat up pretty hard in coaching sessions over this exact play. And the way it was explained to me is the bluffs are more polar. So he's gonna have more like ace five, ace six, smaller aces, and he's gonna have better aces than ace jack. So when you jam something like this, you're getting worse to fold very frequently and getting called by better very frequently.
and so is the preferred play you call?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think you're probably supposed to call this.
I hate calling in an ICM environment with this.
Yeah, me too, man. That's why I
Yeah, I
sometimes
think it'll lean toward a fold instead, right?
yeah. I just fold this sometimes.
Can you
Now,
try to find a spot like this in the GTO wizard? It doesn't have to be exact because we just need a feel for what our range is doing.
So what?
right, so you would look at
We are here.
you look at like low jack or high jack versus cutoff or button.
Okay, but what point in the game?
Like final 5% or so.
Pretty deep, right? And I don't know if it becomes better to jam as ICM goes up. It might.
I think we want to do less calling out of position in ICM.
You definitely do. You definitely do.
Yeah.
Flops are bad.
Maybe you can still jam.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know. It's just this was a point this was a sticking point from some of the coaching sessions I've had in the past. Jamming like the ace 10 offs and the ace jack off of the world.
Now he went smaller. He went 5 instead of 7, but still. It's ace queen and they're just folding the ace jack.
But yeah, you can see you're like never calling here. It's jam or fold.
Yeah, well, I mean, the sizing is kind of way off.
Well, look at the hijack.
But
He 3-bet to 5.
yeah, okay.
Now there's some calling.
Five, you have a lot
It's a sliver.
calls.
It's minority.
Mm.
Well, with range, yes, but with ace jack.
Now, if you just for example sake, will you look at the chip EV arrangement to see how it's organizing?
Then I think it mainly just calls.
Losing.
Mm.
I don't like to call here. Well, you know, this is against 6, right? It makes it 5, so it's probably becomes majority call. But it has to be.
It's a tough spot. It's something worth considering, I think, because ace jack just feels bad here when you get 3-bet. There's nothing really.
This is a spot I'm gonna rely on my HUD to make a decision. Like if he's not aggressive or 3-betting enough, I'm just folding. If he is, I'm jamming.
Yeah, you know, I don't hate that. I do similar.
Wasn't too aggressive. 7.
25, 22, 8 over 90 hands. I mean, that's just like reggy stats.
7 3-bet. There's not much fat on the bone.
I mean, I see a 25, 22, 7.5. It's just reasonable stats, right? What was his post-flop aggression and stuff and check raise and Because all that stuff plays into like the aggressiveness of a player, right?
I don't know, if you're talking about three bet, I personally look at three bets, but
When you have a small sample, it can be helpful to look at other stats too, but
I could not.
don't always correlate.
So you donk here, you get raised.
I fold.
You gotta fold.
It's such a big raise too. Like you're gonna be if you don't hit a 4 exactly. I don't hate this, man, but it verse you gotta have the right player. He's
Yep,
gotta be
I agree.
I don't hate this. You gotta have the right player though. Because some players are just gonna be like he's donking the texture and they're just gonna kind of do this to see where they're at sometimes.
Or sometimes I,
That was strong. That was strong.
I'm interested in seeing this in a solve because I think it's a good bluff jam.
have a look.
Like I think it's gonna randomize, and this will be low frequency with a lot
Won't
like
it?
queen 5, queen 4. I don't think I want an ace or a king.
I like it, but yeah, it might use it. I would choose like 3-5 before this.
So it's
If you
mostly
even have
raising.
it.
It's not really jamming.
Yeah, you kind of want to unblock the queen, Danny. I can kind of get behind that.
Oh, and just the pair too, it's nice. Three, four, 3-5. No, we don't have it. Right? Or do we have it? Oh, we do have 4-3, 5-3. Queen
Queen
7,
5.
queen
That's us.
5. Clicking him.
Does want ace 5. I thought I wouldn't want an ace because I'm blocking too many auto folds.
Would you click on the Queen 5 suited? Or just to make sure that it's that suit? No, it's mixing across suits.
You just don't want, you need backdoor flush draw equity. You can't do it with clubs.
Mhm.
Yeah, see, this is good. I like this. I do some of this stuff in my game sometimes.
6-4, 6-5.
Yeah, those make
Yeah,
sense too. Pair plus draw.
Yeah, I'm making a mistake probably with the ones that have a pair. I don't know if I'm just jamming those always, and they seem to be the best jams.
This is a little bit aggressive.
So the bluffs all have a pair in them?
Well, I
Not
mean,
all of
you've
them.
got 8-9. 8-9 makes like a really good one. 10,
Ace 5 is pure.
8, 9, okay.
10-9's a really good one. Jack 7's pairs. Ace 5 is the other one.
The Jack 7 is top pair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 overs, a backdoor, and
can
the
you
guts.
also look at the raise range? Did we look at that already for villain?
Yeah, you should look at the raise range to see what the actual bluffs are coming from.
Are they raising, alright,
They're
not
raising
kings,
top
but
pair.
queens?
They're raising top pairs over pairs.
They're so cooked against that range.
There's some Jack 9, some Queen 9. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like it's got to be versus the right player who's you know, throwing some clicks in there at you.
Yeah, you
If
need, you need this to be very heavy.
because if it's not, well, you know, like you said,
They'll
you can see.
probably
Time to,
use different stuff, like they're not gonna follow this perfectly. They're gonna
I
throw in
agree.
some random queen 10 suited or something they're not really supposed to use, right?
I
I think
think
so.
The right player.
we'll find like, very heavily all these pairs and then top pairs and then the rest you'll be guessing whether they find it or not, so.
Yeah,
The value to bluff ratio here is not great.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't do this against just a random player or, you know, some sort of idea.
No open the king seven suited?
He could, but he didn't.
Oh, it's too late in the tournament, too early in
Okay.
position.
Okay.
I think I like this. I might go actually smaller here.
Well, again, right? I would
I
go
think I would.
because
Oh.
he's super short.
I think we're at final 3 tables, maybe final 2.
Hang
I
on.
like
Here.
I like this folds.
You like it?
If he's final 2 tables, final 3 tables, absolutely.
There's 200 hands in front of us. So it doesn't even want you to raise. Hmm?
It thinks I have 10 big blinds.
Yeah. You'd have to use an asymmetrical stack, I think.
Asymmetric.
Hmm? So yeah, easy call.
I don't think so. Go to final 3 tables.
We have 200 hands ahead of us.
All right, we'll see.
Wanna see it anyway?
See if that changes it.
I think it also becomes very dependent upon what the jamming range is. Like, it's the floor versus GTO opponent, which makes me think like if they're not finding jams or they're like at the least little bit nitty, it becomes a pretty clear fold.
The more of an advantage you have over the field, the better a fold. And Nick thinks he's the best player there, so.
Right.
There's some good regs in this tournament.
Are you the best player there, Nick?
Is Bot Mellow still in?
Bot Melo's always in.
Yeah. No, Nick, there's some good regs there, but are you better than them?
I don't know. There's some crunches that play this.
Look, Scotty, it depends on the day of the week, all right?
True.
Running hot today, sheesh.
Alright. It says
Buy
it's
my
still
action.
details.
If you get 6-4 today, play it. That's all I have to
Roger.
say.
All right, so you're getting short-handed, which definitely means you're like final 2, 3 tables.
So I know this is a limp in a solver, but just this late.
Sure.
Is it
I'd
when you only have 12 big blinds, is it? I don't
yeah,
know.
these suited aces are gonna be limps, I think.
They flip at one point. So like when you get closer to 20, I think they do more limping. But I think the closer you get to 10, the more they just do jamming because you have less fold equity. You're just going to get called more often and you want the additional equity.
I think like ace, your low suited ones to like ace 8 are limps in this configuration. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering.
%100% check here in this arrangement, assuming you have how many bigs?
12 point. It's the exact one.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Woo!
Yeah, that
Nice.
worked out. That worked out really well.
What do you think of his rejam?
Too aggressive.
You opened from cut off from off 11, right? Yeah. What do you do with fives there then? Just muck it, right?
I would muck it.
I
The
would
guy's
call.
opening off 11.
He was in
Oh.
the
It might
big
get
blind,
away.
right?
Yeah,
Who's in the
maybe.
Was he big blind? Alright.
Oh, if it's big blind, I'm definitely calling.
Yeah, you can't fold.
And chip PV, I like the jam, but this late, yeah. This is the fold.
Seems
We
it's
can't
a
do
little
anything
risky.
else. I mean, maybe slivers of 3-bet, but
I like letting it go.
Just fold.
Yeah, I mean, I would roll here for sure, and like half the time I'm making it 5.
half the time, that's way too much, I think.
Nah.
Right, look at it.
I'm thinking like 20% of the time you 3-bet, the rest you raise.
I'm leaning Nick on this one.
No, I think it's like
Wait.
ace 6, 7, 8 are the ones you use a shitload here.
You
Or
wanna look
7,
at
8, 9
TV
maybe.
or-
Final three tables, we're not going to be 3-betting a ton versus a big stack.
Yeah, this is
But the
solved.
combos we use them a lot.
I think you're pulling from the right area, Danny. I just don't know if this is the arrangement for it.
And this solve was it considering the stack arrangements, Louis, or is this just,
That was chippy V. Now we can look,
yeah, and it's a fold and chip EV, so.
It makes more sense to fold in chip EV, I think.
No, it's a,
Different than
Never
chip
it's a
fold.
EV.
call, or it's a call and chip EV.
It what? Wait a minute.
here, looks right.
Oh, it's saying what you should do, not what you did. Okay, I see it.
Okay,
I
so,
keep, why are you saying should be a call?
huh?
It's,
This is the ICM one.
right, and. Yeah, so it's just a fold.
Yeah, ICM?
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't get to see.
It was
ace
just
nine
tip
suited
out. It was tip
played.
out.
An ace nine suited played by calling.
I think it was 3-betting.
It was
Was
3
it?
betting pure no.
Oh.
I didn't see the arrangement.
All right, look at it again. Just click on the window, Louis. It's right there.
I thought
It's-
it was 3-betting
It's
also.
3-betting. I was wrong.
Alright, that looks reasonable.
I haven't seen one hand that. Oh, well, maybe the ace ten. But
One hand that what? You cut
very,
yourself off.
very little hand that we would have not seen without VPIP.
We
filter.
wouldn't have seen that blind versus blind hand where I got aces. We wouldn't have seen that ace 8 suited fold.
Yeah, ace eight, ace ten. But
I like seeing the folds.
I
Yeah,
like
the
seeing
best-
the folds.
At least when we're deep. I think when we're deep, it's definitely has some merit. I like this. I don't like that.
This is
But
like
Galen, we're
so
gonna win.
close. I hate this.
I feel like at these stages of the tournament, you just have to take spots like
I'm
this.
all in.
Yeah, right, with no choice, right?
Like your choice is like limping sucks because he's just gonna blow you off your equity too frequently. Folding sucks because this is too strong. You really have a hard if you start losing chips here, it's just feels bad, man.
Wants to limp.
The solve is for Chippy V, bro.
Yeah, Chippy V is gonna be a completely
This
It's
is
gonna
all
be
ICM
way
now.
different.
Like, I don't think we're gonna really have any limps.
I think you will. I just because you're gonna want to limp hands like aces and stuff.
Queen 7 suited does a little jamming, mostly
This
limps.
is 17 bigs. We have 10.
Well,
1422 is not too bad. 1024 is pretty good.
Yeah, that's great.
Jam.
Rip
So
it
look-
all.
Yeah, so like the suited cards, like you just really want to start picking up pots. Like you're jamming so much.
When in doubt, I'm all in.
Hit a queen. When in doubt, hit a queen.
Out, rip it
You
out.
just had ace king of diamonds too. Gross.
Yeah. See, we wouldn't have seen that, Louis.
What did he fold? I missed it. I looked away for
Pocket
2 seconds.
deuces, pocket deuces to two big blind, raise, then flop the
I like
deuce.
Yeah,
I like
it's pretty cold in here.
Picked up equity.
So what did he go? Check, check, or he bet one?
No,
Or
we
did you-
bet. Check
bet
back.
I'm gonna definitely continue. I'm gonna barrel if he just calls, because he would be check raising a lot of Jack X, right?
why bet one here?
Because everything that folds is beating us.
Yeah, and I mean honestly, there's quite a few good turn cards. Like a 4 is not bad, a 5 is not bad, a 6 is not bad, an 8's not bad, a 9's not bad, a 10's not bad. 6, 7, well, a 10's not great,
I think
but
you have a club here. To bet, no? No club, no bet?
I think the bottom of the range is
No.
also gonna bet.
I don't think that's true, but. Well, but what? Nah, I would bet here. I mean, you either stab now or you hope for. Like, to pick up equity on the turn and that he checks again? Like, if you don't stab now, how, are you just giving up, I guess?
what's the plan, right?
I mean, it's also really hard for people to accurately defend against the one big blind bet. They have to defend so wide that you're just gonna profit by folds.
Yeah, stab should be good. And now do you play? You gotta bet again?
He check called. We picked up equity. I'm betting.
Bluff brick rivers?
I hope I'm betting.
Or-
I don't know what I did.
You gotta go like 3. Yeah, 3 is great, I think. Cause you can bet a 9 for this size too.
And I would check like my flush draws to realize equity, I think. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. The ones that can't call a jam at least, yeah.
Does that king jack ever call there?
ICM, no.
Okay, in Chippy V?
Chippy V, sure.
Okay, good. Just
This is the hand Louis hates. Remember how deep we are now, Louis?
no, I'm with Louis. Let him win.
Yeah, I don't like this. You'd beat nothing.
Yeah, just fold to the check raise.
He's so laggy. I think he's gonna check raise too much and
So what?
Let's see what happens.
It's not
Even if
really a
he,
good board for him to attack you.
even if there is good,
Uh,
even if he is over check raising, like his bluffs have too much equity versus your hand. Like I would rather continue with like Jack 10, King 10.
I think those are his check raises. So like on the turn, what value hands does he even have anymore?
A ace 3 he could have.
Ace 3 isn't good anymore. It's 3 pairs. He's losing to every ace that I have.
Sure. He could have ace jack sometimes, but not a lot because he should be playing it aggressively pre, I would think.
And like that's not comfortable anymore because I have a lot of queens in range. So I think that he's just full of shit here too much. And like
Okay,
It's-
okay, but
it's very-
calm down. He's just check raising, you know that? And people, we've got data, don't check raise often enough.
yeah,
Well,
if
but
you want
Nick,
to do
you're right
overall
about when the queen comes, it's like the no cry spot, when the middle card pairs here after he check raised, like what? He's saying he has like ace queen? No.
Yeah,
Queen three, I guess?
you're right.
Like,
You're right, Danny. You're right. There's quite a few similarities here. Where his check raising range gets a bit nuked here.
Yes, 100%. Pull up his stats. Can we see those?
but when he smalls the turn, can't he still do that with an ace?
Sure,
If
but
he-
his
if
aces
he
aren't
check
really happy
raised,
anymore.
Ace, jack, ace 10.
Yeah, you don't have all the stats I do, but yeah, I mean he looks
Yeah.
laggy. 25, 21, 10, or at least reggy. Oh shit. Do we have his check raise percentage?
Yeah, he never did it.
Oh, 0 out of 2. Okay.
No, 0 out of 135 hands.
No, 0 out of 2.
Two opportunities.
It's kind of interesting, Nick. Like the queen is a pretty interesting card.
The way I thought about this spot is his only value is really like queen 3 of diamonds. He shouldn't even really have queen 3 offsuit in range.
That's true.
And pocket threes. Pocket threes make sense too, but that's it.
So I think if you're going out there, calling check raise with sevens on this kind of board and leveling yourself into continuing, it's not good, man. You could just have an ace, you could just have a queen,
What aces does he have? What queens does he have?
whatever.
No, because this matters, right? Like you have to think of their range. You can't just say he check raised, I'm folding everything. They're
Yeah.
telling a story, right? It's like
Actually, you can say he's check raising and I'm folding everything because we've got data that shows people don't check raise often enough,
no.
even the
can't.
good players. So you should just overfold. No, you don't want none of that, right? So
No, it's because like he can't
it
really
your
have
way,
value here. He has one combo of queen 3 suited and 3 combos of threes. And if like I could see him barreling the size with an ace, sure. If he has like ace 10, he decided flat, he shouldn't really have in range. He's probably gonna 3-bet jam on me pre-flop.
So like what I would say is like I do agree with Louis. Being that like you're gonna get yourself into trouble here more often than not.
You're
But now that you
fighting
can,
downhill here, man.
but no. Once he's continued, like I think the queen really does bring some interesting components to this hand. To where like I don't think we're here now, so I think continuing on the queen is probably pretty good. And you're sorting out your thoughts very clear. Like you make a good point. You shouldn't have ace queen here a lot. Shouldn't have ace king here a lot because you open from steal positions. How many queen X does he have? I mean, he could have.
But don't all of his aces make sense? Even, and I'm talking about his ace four, his ace five, ace six. Makes sense to now bet this smaller size here. Some of them may check when the queen pairs and be a little scared, but some of
Those
them
ones aren't raising, Scotty.
I don't know,
So
man.
another interesting
he's
When-
not
component.
check raising. He's not check raising an ace.
Not
Some.
ace four. No
Yes,
way.
he is.
Okay,
Not
All
ace
right.
four.
Huh?
what's
No,
Mr.
no
Mr.
way
Brett.
he's check raising ace four, Louis.
Why
Okay,
not?
so what check raise? So what aces does he check raise?
No,
He
no,
does
no, hang on. Why would he not check raise?
Ace
and
jack,
raise?
if he has it, if not, then ace ten, probably ace nine.
Why are
Okay.
you
And then
so
ace three.
confident in your answer, Danny?
Well, I think
Are we,
Danny.
alright, what do you wanna discuss, Louis? Do you wanna discuss what they should do, what they do? Like, what are we talking about here? Let's get this straight.
I wanna talk about your confidence level in this answer.
Okay,
Well, I'm talking about theory land, so I don't know what you're talking about, but in theory, they should, I'm pretty sure, not check raise ace four.
I'm with Danny on that. I think just because they, the heuristic is you check raise your best ones, and ace four would be one that you would be protecting the calling range with. I would think.
okay, so let's take out
Right.
that, but he has offsuit aces here, and when he has whatever the top of his offsuit range is, whether it's ace jack or ace 10, the top
Yeah.
of that range he can check raise. Let's make it ace 10. So he does ace 10 and ace 9. He also does
Okay.
ace 3 when he has it, which now
Yeah.
the queen makes worse. But Nick's argument is when the queen makes it worse, it's no longer a value hand. And when he bets 3 big blinds into a pot of 15 or so, 3 into 12, is that what it
11,
is?
12, yeah.
Yeah. When he bets
Around
small on
quarter.
the turn, do people bet this small range on the turn because they don't want to check and invite you to try to blast them off with their marginal aces now? So their strong aces, they may bet bigger. I still feel good about it. Still feel good about my ace queen. If he bets his small aces, his marginal aces with this small size, then the calls with sevens are terrible. If he doesn't, then Nick's logic holds. But
By the way, this is the same guy earlier where I donk bet, he raised, I jammed, and he folded.
Well, that plays into it a little bit too, right?
So it's like I know he's capable
Okay,
of pulling off bluffing in spots.
gotcha. Okay,
So, I mean, and he check raised so small, he clicked it on the flop. He like min clicked it. And our range is so wide. I
How
think
much
even
fold equity do you think he's looking for here?
what
How often do you think he's trying to get you to fold?
Well, he'll do it on the river.
I don't understand what you're asking.
Do
How
you
wide
think when he raised that
Check.
size that he's trying to get you to fold, or he's trying to get you to call at all prices?
I think he's trying to target my auto folds.
Yeah.
Because it's
Hard.
like the same reason you see bet small and it's hard to defend appropriately. When they check raise tiny, it's hard to find enough calls. So I guarantee you in a solver, this is a call. But
Yeah, I think you're playing part of it also. I think Louis, you're playing chess when they're playing checkers, man. This guy might just be like clicking buttons. Like I don't know if he's trying to balance like an auto fold check raise range with like a value check raise range. It's an interesting spot. My natural tendency would just be to let it go on the pre-flop. Like
pre-flop.
I'm sorry, on the flop when he check raises. It's very small, but I would still let it go. But once you call, I think you're kind of hooked in on the turn for very good reasons.
Alright, we should move on.
Yeah. Thank you, Danny. Thank you.
If the river was like a 2 or something bricky, I was planning on calling off a jam, I think.
Well, a 2 is actually not that bricky because if he has 5-4 clubs.
Yeah.
Well, do you think it's reasonable for me to say you should fold almost everything here?
Yes, because your range is too wide. You're going to be exploitable. Like, I think it's a mistake to fold everything.
It's an exploit to fold everything because Louis thinks they're not bluffing here. So he wants to just fold everything. And you think they are bluffing here, so you want to defend. So
Yeah,
it's
but
like,
my opinion is backed
both
by
right.
data, right?
yeah, but against this specific opponent, Nick had a different opinion and he was the one playing with the guy.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that's fair. Like Nick's already played a very obscure line with this guy, where the guy obviously had a fold, and he showed that he's willing to take, some of these crazy lines with bluffs. That's a bad river, I think.
Yeah, not great. Like,
Now we'll
I-
never know because he jams and you fold, right?
yeah.
It's okay. Louis, I kind of lean toward you, your side of the fence, but
It's easy, right?
let's
Like
just
it's
say, it is
implementable.
easy. Yeah,
It's implementable. Like, you know, he check raises. Okay, he's got value. I fold. Like that's kind of where I'm at with it too, to some extent.
Oh no. No, I lost a flip.
Good jam. Jamaruski. Good fold. Look at that. Everyone's all in. I think I like folding the jack three there, I guess. There was no small blind, right?
I missed it.
Yeah, I
We're,
think it was small.
we're
Are
going
you not following, Nick? Are you guys all playing a bunch of tables?
No, I actually have my phone glued to my face and I'm trying to keep up with how fast you're clicking buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know why?
'Cause
Well,
Cause he wants to reg.
it's 12 till. Yeah.
I don't know, that's well, we can spend a couple of more hours if you want, no problem.
No, wait, is it how many
Mhm.
hands? There's
Finish
like
this
two.
one on Monday.
We just got 150 more to go.
We'll
Oh,
finish
okay.
it.
Not a big deal, man.
Yeah, I like the jack three fold. I mean, we're on the button and there's no small blind. I don't think there's anything else to do.
Yeah, it's probably fine. He's got too many chips.
No blockers, no anything. It's just Garbo.
I like the fold.
Yeah, it's just miserable.
I thought we call, well, he's two bets bigger. I guess I told you.
I'm folding here, I think.
We're blocking the
Yeah.
bottom. It sucks.
So,
Easy first in jam, but once the guy opens, you can't do anything.
If it was
I
like cut off
agree.
that opened, I'm jamming, but yeah, we're just blocking the bottom of
No.
this guy's range.
I still think it's a fold against any open from any position. Unless you're like small blind versus button, you can call.
Yeah, put it in here. I like that.
Hey, they folded.
Yeah, that feels good.
That feels really good. I did not think we had fold equity at that size.
Good. I'm glad you didn't jam.
what?
Ooh, sick hold.
You were gonna get called anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah.
you're just stealing its value though.
Yep.
Oh, he 2.5.
Yeah, look at the sizing.
Five-handed, I'm calling here.
Ace.
Versus
You might even-
2.5x.
I think it's too good to
This is
fold.
probably final two,
Yeah.
and this is
Yeah,
probably.
we're final
later.
two
Unless
tables.
Nick, unless he's been min raise, and all of a sudden he makes it 2.5. If it's like his standard open, I think it's a call.
I agree with that. I agree. If he's changed his open size, then I would probably lean fold. But if he's been just 2.5ing everything, I think I still continue here. That's a good fold. That's a good. Do you ever I just like jamming actually with ace king off. Just protect the jams.
Yeah, the offsuit branch rips it, I think. I tagged this guy as an ICM punter after this hand.
Because he should have folded his sixes.
Yeah, you can't call sixes there. You're flipping or crushed.
Right.
I think like this guy to my left, every time I limped, he was raising huge. So like I eventually just stopped limping.
That's good.
And like his raise size was always way too fucking big. Just throughout the entirety or the rest of the tournament.
We're getting to the final table.
Jack 4 looks like it, right?
Yeah, this is final table. Just fold.
Fold.
No reason to get involved.
Yeah.
Where do you stand with the ace 8 there?
Fold.
Ace 9, ace 10?
Fold.
Maybe like ace 10, but
Ace jack.
Definitely 10 has to play here.
big blinds should call this guy pretty wide, and I mean we just don't need to get involved.
I'm kind of with you, Nick. Like, I'm gonna let somebody else take the trash out.
You folding ace 10, Gallo?
I mean, I might flick a call with ace 10. Maybe. He's only got 4 big blinds, so
Ace jack.
Yeah, I'm calling ace 10, but yeah.
I love how Gallon finds a way to agree with everybody on a spot where everybody.
Show the spot, show the spot.
It's funny.
Where is it?
How far back was it?
I was on the button.
That was it. It was the ace 6.
You just had it, and then
we didn't have ace 8. We were discussing ace 8. It was ace 6.
Oh, you
Yeah.
silly goose. There you go.
Yes.
He jams from there and we're here.
And we're covered
And you're
behind by
thinking
both.
about ace 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna call fold ace 10. I think it's the bottom.
Yeah. Definitely call folding ace 10, ace jack. Probably even ace queen. If somebody jams behind, I'm letting go ace queen.
ace queen sucks.
The size, right?
Yep,
Yeah, the
that's the
sizing,
guy.
man, it kills me. Wait, there's an
7,
11
10.
big blind stack and a 10 big blind stack. Like if we were all equal stack, I'd probably call here, but limp, but this configuration.
Three big blind open. 3 big blind open.
Okay, we open. Not the good call, or do we see bet anyway?
I think I'm going to be pretty tight here.
We opened UTG.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
This just feels like you're getting check raised too much.
You need a club, right?
Too many competing factors here for me.
I'd rather check with a club because I want to see another club come. And if like I have king jack with a club and
Yeah.
I bet and he raises, I have to fold and it just sucks.
I think
Yeah, the
if
shorter you get, you prefer to bet without the club, right?
I think if
So
we
you can
check and
realize
have
your
a
equity.
heart, it's the other way around.
I
No,
kind
no,
of
no.
want
If
to
you
wave the
bet
red
with a
flag.
club and you get check raised, it's a disaster.
No, you continue.
No, it's a
No.
disaster. It's a disaster, bro.
Yeah, it's an absolute nightmare.
Not on the FT. It's like,
Even in general, just chip EV.
yeah. Well, I mean, then you continue, but it still sucks, right?
I think the interesting street is the turn.
If you are gonna bet this flop, I mean, just be 30, I guess, and pray.
So like,
Don't you have to call here?
no, it's king high.
King
I'm
high.
I'm not paying the man 2.5 big blinds on the river.
Why do you want to call?
For showdown, because he goes check, 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 check all the way, and then he's just. Don't you think he has a lot of auto stabs? He has to try to get ace high or king high to fold.
Sure,
So
but
you're
people don't. I have data that people don't bluff enough on the river, so I'm folding here.
Where do you get your data from?
It's good data.
Good data.
Think he might be ragging on you a little bit.
Okay,
What about betting the turn?
Yeah, so I think the turn is the interesting street here. I mean, we'll have a lot of ace highs to bluff catch with, but this is actually like bottom of the range, I think, because we'll still have some 10x, we'll have some queen x, and ace highs.
Well,
But so with on the turn, we have an open and straight draw with a jack or king that might be good, but we're also near the bottom of our range. So I don't know. I can see betting, but I also really want to realize my equity with this hand. So it's kind of similar to where I don't want to get check raised, but betting might be better. I don't know.
well, I mean, you could figure out the pot odds and then neuter it by whatever you think the risk premium is and just run the calculation. And I guarantee this probably doesn't make it there.
I bet
Probably.
it will mix. I think.
Wait a minute, on the river,
I think there's
Galen?
merits for both.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I thought we were talking about betting turn.
We're talking about the turn.
Oh, sorry, I was in
Thinking about
Riverland.
the hero.
Yeah, on the river, I'm in team fold.
For me, the nice thing about checking back turn is if we get like the ace of clubs river and he bets, I think we can still call profitably. But if if we bet turn and he calls and we get a club, it's a little different. I guess he's not gonna donk though. I don't know.
That's interesting. If the river's an ace, perhaps you can call then.
Alright,
I
we
think
folded.
I
We
think
didn't
betting
bet the
makes sense. I think checking makes sense. I like both.
Yeah, I think I want to bet the turn. And
You wanna
then
bet turn?
I want to bet
Check with the
turn
club.
and on the rip, I don't know that I'm smart enough to check club on the turn. But I want to bet turn and then hope and on the river, when a club doesn't come, if he doesn't turn his clubs into a bluff, I get to
This guy's just punting.
down. I
You
get
get
to see.
to bluff river.
I don't have to
Did you
bluff.
see,
I
did you
king
see
high.
that hand? Go back.
Mm.
Just watch this. So he raises to 3, bets big. Check, check. And then call. And he is just third pair. Just
Happy to be here.
that's a giant pot at the final table. That's crazy. This is close. I mean, we're the short stack now, but
Did he limp? Is that a one big blind?
no, he raised.
Oh, 2.1. Thank you. Okay.
I think this might be one of the best hands I fold.
Yeah, I don't hate that. I think it's close. It's really close. I jammed on this guy all final table. All right, back to ICM pressure on us because there's another short stack. God, this race sizing, okay.
It's his regular size. He might have been doing 3 from early and 2.5 from late. I saw that pattern, but I don't know if it was consistent in everything. It's a big fold.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
Ken ran that though. It was a fold.
Good.
What was the calling range here?
Let me see if I still have it. I think he did it like on a Zoom call. I don't think I have. I think it was Ace Jack suited. I don't think even Ace Jack off was calling.
That ace queen, of course, calls.
Yeah, it was pretty tight. Tighter than I expected.
That's very tight. That ace eight seemed very like a very tight fold.
What happened?
Just big blind ace eight offsuit against the cutoff. That seemed very tight to me.
What's the other option? You want to just call?
I don't know. I just said it seemed. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't like any of my options.
Yeah, I don't want to be here.
I don't like calling. I don't like folding. I don't like jamming. So
I'm just gonna fold it.
Okay.
Suited though, I'm probably gonna jam it.
I like that fold. Oh, oh,
See, I would have called there.
you can't call off 11.
Sure, you can. Why not?
So the alarm bells start going off. We will. This guy has aces.
You're
Right,
playing. You're
think it
playing
didn't when you
chess.
didn't jam when you think the alarm didn't go off when you raised 8 instead of jamming your 11?
Oh, I mean, it's basically the same thing. You see, like I always leave myself something behind here.
Okay.
I think it's just chess, and they're playing checkers.
I'm terrible at both, so. I snap called this.
Yeah.
It's good. I would call. I'm not calling too terribly much worse. Maybe ace nine.
You were robbed.
Yeah. I was so angry. If I win that, I win the tournament. This guy ran like Usain Bolt.
This is nice.
Nothing to discuss there.
I think
the ace king hand.
You probably just call, man. I don't know.
This one. So see better check.
I think both are probably fine.
Bet one.
Okay, so we go check, and then it turns like a 4 or something.
I find these spots are just so much cleaner to play if you see bet flop.
It's true.
This one and the king jack, just like, it's gonna work a lot. At the FT, people are pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I don't hate that, Danny. I don't. I'm just gonna release here, I think.
Yeah.
If you had a diamond, obviously continue.
For sure. This is close.
Yeah, I don't know. One of the best folds or worst calls. Just
You're gonna ladder. You can ladder.
Yeah, there's a 6 big blind stack.
Yeah, and he knows that there's a 6 big blind stack.
This one I thought was really close. I thought this was the bottom of the jam range.
I think jamming's good.
I like it.
5-handed, it's just not too much you can do. Okay.
Jam. And give a.
Oh, wow.
This is hard.
Uh, I have been watching on and off, but I haven't seen Green Machine do anything like this up to this point, right? Or has
Yeah,
he?
no, he's been pretty straightforward.
Yikes, man. Like their collision factor is huge here. Like you can just fold and get maybe 2 pay jumps. I don't know. This is this
So
is
if
a
you're
hard
playing,
hand.
if you're playing for first place, this is a jam. If you want to ladder up against push reset, then it's a think about it.
Well,
Right?
so like range the guy, Scotty. What do you think he's taking this 6 big blind action with?
Ace queen suited,
You think? Maybe.
pocket aces, kings,
Yes, yes.
probably not queens.
Maybe. Who
Probably
knows?
queens,
Okay.
But ace queen suited,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so out of all of those hands, we dominate. Like we dominate one. We're behind the others pretty much.
So I thought his range was aces and kings.
Okay, then fold.
I think his ace queen's gonna jam. I think his queens, jacks, and tens are gonna jam. I think
It's
his
just
ace
too
king's gonna
sus,
jam.
man. I
Yeah.
love it. I don't know if I would be able to pull the trigger, but I still love it.
When you say pull
you
the trigger,
always
you mean put it back in the holster.
That's right, that's right. Throw the
Yeah,
gun in the ditch.
I didn't even time bank here. I folded before my time bank started.
Well, that's
It's
good,
just-
man. That's good because I would have had to think about it more. You were so right. Don't give him the satisfaction of showing your fold either. Yeah, man, that's good. I think that's harder. I think it's close because you're so short.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But if the guy just doesn't have bluffs, just don't pay the man.
Well played.
That was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
No pay jump. Oh. Pay jump. I heard.
Dude, look at this guy. He's just
Pay
running.
jump.
He's sun run this tournament, dude.
What is this? He gets aces like in a couple orbits?
He busted 3 people in 3 hands, I think. Oh, maybe not. It was close to that. He kills
Okay.
this guy here with tens? No.
Pay jump.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. Like that ace king fold netted you at least $1,000.
Oh, more than that, yeah.
Was that 6-7 in open? And by open, I mean an open jam, I guess at 10 big.
Was
Oh,
it
no.
suited?
What tournament is this?
It's not this one here, right here.
You could probably jam it or fold it. I don't know.
I think the fact that there's no small blind makes us not really want to jam it. I think it's reasonable, but
Okay. Okay. As long as I wasn't.
Oh, Nick, is this your run from way back when? Or
no, this was the 3330K like 2 weeks ago.
oh, okay, cool.
And then I don't think I get to do anything next hand. It's just
Yeah,
3-handed, 10 big blinds.
Yeah, you just put it in, man. Just what
Good
it
job,
is.
Nick.
Yeah, that was good.
GG.
I think a lot of people don't make it to third place there. So, that's a win in my book.
Like if he had jammed, I would have probably jammed. Like it was the 3-bet.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The jam range you're going to be way more competitive with.
Yeah. I think it's ace queen, ace jack, jacks, tens, nines. There's just stuff I'm dominating, stuff I'm flipping with, but that 3-bet is just aces, kings.
Yeah, it's funny. Like you get into a place with your game where you're more comfortable calling a big bet for it all than a smaller bet.
Mm-hmm. All right. So jam your aces. You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's the 5-head play.
Right. Well, thanks for the review.
Alright,
Yeah, good effort.
Is Louis muted himself?
No, no, I'm here. I'm here.
Oh,
Nice little game.
Yeah,
Okay.
well played.
Couple of
thank
things
you.
I would have done differently, but
Yeah, that seems a lot of people
I bet
disagree
you
with
wouldn't
me.
have come in third, Louis.
What would you have done, Louis? You didn't speak on the ace king hand. I'm kind of curious of your input.
well, I saw it live. I thought it was a really good hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah.
Me-
GG's.
Thank you.
Yeah,